on to the topic of pronouns. First off, my pronouns, she, her. I'm a cisgender female, so she, her. But if you wanna, you're free to call me an it, because I don't mind being called an it. I don't know why people have a problem with being called an it, personally. I'm down with being called an it. If you want to call me an it, go ahead. Hell, if you want me to call him a Z's or thing, or, yeah, just thing, whatever, feel free. I don't care. I'm just not a he or a him. That's about it. They, them, whatever. All those pronouns are totally cool with me. Now, on the topic specifically of pronouns themselves. Everyone has pronouns, obviously. You should always use someone's preferred pronouns, even if it's the singular they, them. This shouldn't be a problem. You use singular they, them all the time. It should not be an issue to refer to such and such as they, them. It's called being a decent, respectful person. I don't give a shit if their pronouns do not match their assigned at birth sex. That literally doesn't matter. Your pronouns have more to do with who you are and your gender, which is also here. They're not about your sex. Fuck your sex. Your sex is bullshit. You know what I mean by bullshit. Use someone's fucking preferred pronouns. Honestly, this isn't something that should be had to be said nowadays, but apparently it does. And refusing to use someone's preferred pronouns because you disagree with them or because you're pissed off at them is petty, simple-minded, and stupid. Don't do that. All you're doing is being a giant flaming piece of shit and making them dislike you a little bit more than they already did. Just use people's proper pronouns at all times. I don't give a shit if their pronoun is like some weird-ass, wacky-ass thing, like please call me it or z's or zimza, whatever. I don't care, use the preferred pronouns. If you don't know someone's preferred pronouns, then either ask or wing it. And on that note, if someone uses the wrong pronouns towards you and they did not know what your preferred pronouns were, don't raise a fuss. They didn't know. They're not required to ask. They should, depending on the situation, but they're not required to ask what your preferred pronouns are. If you get misgendered, wrong pronouns, whatever. Shrug it off. Don't give a fuck. You'll be happier that way. If you want to correct them, but if you're never going to see them again, correcting them is kind of petty, but you can correct them if you want to. But this especially goes for if you're dating someone. Use their pronouns. Because you're not going to be with them very long if you refuse to use their fucking pronouns. Like, if I was dating someone and they were constantly calling me a he, him, I would dump that person's ass so fucking fast because that's disrespectful as fuck. And you shouldn't tolerate someone disrespecting you. Period. If someone refuses to use your pronouns, they're being a disrespectful piece of shit cunt. Fuck them. And they can get the fuck out of your life. You don't need to date them. You don't need to be their friend. Just get the fuck away from that person. They're a piece of shit, shitty person. And, like, if you refuse to use someone's preferred pronouns, you're a shitty person. That's it. I can understand some people being pissed off about using, like, Z-Zim, I think it is, the one that a lot of people, or X-Xena, or whatever. The people get pissed off about using because they're weird. Well, my comment to that is, almost everything in life is weird. Get used to it. I personally don't get why anyone would want to use the Z, Zim, X, Zir, whatever pronouns. I don't get the draw to it. I don't know why anyone would want to use those. They and them is way more easy, and it sounds better personally. But use people's preferred pronouns. It's one thing to forget. It's another thing to intentionally not use the right pronouns. And there's no way I can make a long video on this. So this is gonna be short shit. Just use people's pronouns. If you don't know their pronouns, either ask or wing it. If someone uses your wrong pronouns, correct them or don't care. Up to you. But ultimately, this is 2017. We're not in the 1800s. We know more about gender nowadays. It's not as simple as she, he. Ultimately, it never was. We were just less educated on gender way back when. So, use people's fucking pronouns. Don't be a